Your trading strategy is just a mirror of your unconscious beliefs. The way everyone interprets different strategies will be highly dependent on your own beliefs and the way that you think as a person. This is why it is very important to have people slash mentors that are helping you through trading to understand this part of trading, because otherwise they're just going to be, you know, teaching you a strategy and that's it. They won't be going any deeper on this level, like on a deeper level, to make sure you mold something that is personalized to you. And a lot of the time, you will be learning concepts of someone, and though the concepts might be, they might work together, you're just going off their word for it. They're not showing you data, they're not showing you anything. You're just going off their word because they made 20 grand last week. And that's all you care about, really. And a lot of the time, your strategy won't come down to, it won't be the result of logic and data. It's just the outward expression of your internal world and your unconscious beliefs about, safety, worth, success, punishment. The parts of ourselves that we disown, but we act unconsciously on that. And this all comes down to dopamine and neuroscience, neurochemical loops. When you win a trade, your brain gets a hit of dopamine, tiny reward. And when we're working towards a goal, we don't get dopamine from the result, we get dopamine from the pursuit. And it's not a signal of success. And this is how the loop begins, because you're chasing that feeling, you're chasing that win, and not the process. And then you start seeking relief rather than results. For example, you might take a win that wasn't logical. You didn't follow any kind of step-by-step process to get this win. But you'll get the dopamine from that win. And that's why trading is so difficult. Because the science behind it, and this is what really interests me, is when I see traders, even myself, we've all gone through these ups and downs without actually understanding why it happens and why does it happen. It's just how we're wired. It's how our brain is wired. We get dopamine from wins, and a lot of the time we're not seeking success or results, we're seeking relief. We're seeking that dopamine, and we're craving that hit. It's like scrolling on fucking Instagram all day. You're just getting that dopamine hit. Whereas trading, you're gonna take losses, and your brain won't like that. Like it just won't. Regardless if you followed your system or not. Your brain's not gonna like it. Especially when you're trying to pursue trading as a full-time thing. And breaking the loop is where it gets difficult. But the first step of that is awareness and self-awareness, and that is the trait that I see in the most successful traders I know everyone shares the same trait or multiple traits, but the main one is self-awareness. And it's all about noticing the craving for that dopamine hit and that rush before you take a trade. So you always have to ask yourself, what are you trying to feel before you're taking a trade? Are you trading to get that dopamine hit? Or are you trading to, get to your goals? Mastering trading isn't about erasing emotion, as I've said before. It's about becoming aware of that emotional circuitry behind your decisions and choosing to respond instead of reacting. Responding versus reacting, two different things. Sounds the same. That's why I said I put an Instagram story up a few weeks ago, and I was talking about reacting versus reacting. Reacting logically versus reacting emotionally. Two different things. And I've got a 3-step framework that I use before a session or, before any trade that I take. If it lets me type. There we go. Observe. Observe the craving. That's number 1. Number 2. Reflect on that pattern. So before you take a trade, observe what you're trying to achieve with this trade. Oh, that's a shit color. Hold on. No, I'm not going to use yellow. Fuck it, we'll go, this color. Observe what you're trying to achieve, and then reflect on that pattern, that thought pattern that you have before. I have a template for this. I might release it, I might not. But we reflect on that thought process, on that pattern. And then we're going to rewire that response. So we're going to replace impulsive action with intentional action. And once you understand this, and once you understand yourself and how you're wired, it will, over time, it will compound. And if you do this every day, every trade, every week, you reflect on this. You're not reflecting on your strategy. You're not reflecting on, I don't know. This part of trading is completely different to data and logic. And it is so important that you do this. And it's simple. It's so simple. Once you understand how you are wired in comparison to other people, not everything that your mentor will do will work for you, and that's okay. Like, it's completely fine. But a lot of the time, you're never taught any of this. You're just taught the strategy. That's all you're taught. A few psychological, trade less, this and that. It's fine. It's fine. But this is what really took me from 0 to, I guess I wouldn't say successful, but on the right path. This is what put me on the right path, and it was just constant observation, self-awareness, reflection, and then trying to rewire that response. That's it.